Plus, police shootings sparking debate, protests, even riots across the country. Tonight, I get an inside look at how local deputies train for those life or death situations. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground right now. Down on the ground. See the danger on the street through their eyes as they face the challenge of deciding when to shoot and when not to shoot. Plus,
you were man enough to take his life. Be man enough to come up and say, I did it.
Then a local man found shot to death inside his own home. Tonight, a mother's message to the killer.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WPBF 25 News at 11.
A local family grieving tonight after their loved one is found shot to death. Good evening, I'm Felicia Rodriguez.
I'm Todd McDermott. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11. A candlelight vigil was held tonight for Courtney McGriff, who would have turned 30 years old today. The victim was found murdered Tuesday night in his Delray Beach home.
Our Ted White spoke with the victim's mother, who made a plea to the killer. Ted?
Sarah McGriff says her son's killer needs to do the right thing and turn himself in. She's a mother in pain right now. Instead of having birthday cake with her son tonight, she is planning his funeral. At the Johnson Funeral Home, dozens of candles fill the air. There are a lot of heavy hearts here mourning the loss of a young man taken too soon.
Courtney was an inspiration to us all. He showed us excellence in the funeral home community.
Courtney McGriff worked for the family's funeral home business. He rode a motorcycle to handle the traffic during funeral processions. Tuesday night, someone shot and killed him inside of his Delray Beach home. The shooter got away.
No, we asked for justice. You know who did it. He's ready to do.
At the candlelight vigil, there was song, prayer, and tears. Sarah McGriff is numb. Her son is gone.
Today was his birthday. Today was a secret day where me and I had some plan for him that he didn't know I was going to take today off from work and take him out to breakfast and just spend the whole day with him.
Courtney was a very respectful young man, a very soft-spoken person, a gentle giant.
He wanted a party called the Dirty 30, and we was going to just sit and plan the whole day out.
So on this day, his family and friends released 30 balloons to celebrate his 30th birthday. A birthday he will never enjoy. This mother's words are short for her son's killer.
You were man enough to take his life. Be man enough to come up and say, I did it.
And Delray Beach police detectives are hoping that someone will give them the tip that will help in this investigation. Reporting live, Ted White, WPBF 25 News.
Okay, Ted, thank you. Let's switch gears, talk weather. Another chilly night across South Florida. The good news, if you're not a fan of the chilly weather, this will be the last cold night for a while as a warm-up kicks in tomorrow and continues through the weekend. Got low 40s for the Treasure Coast, 50s in West Palm Beach, current temperature in West Palm 53, and around Lake Okeechobee, current temperatures are in the low range of the 40s. Overnight, out the door across the southern part of Palm Beach County on Friday morning, temperatures in the upper 40s and the low 50s. As is usually the case, the chill, it's mostly confined to Lake Okeechobee with overnight lows at Bassinger and Okeechobee City right around 42 degrees. In northern Palm Beach County, Jupiter 45, Hobe Sound will wake up to 45 degrees, and on the Treasure Coast, temperatures again in the low 40s. But that's it. After tomorrow, we warm up. And how about this? 80 degrees. It is just around the corner. We'll talk about that when I'm back with your full forecast in a couple minutes.
Mike, thank you. Now to live local late breaking news out of Boca Raton. Parts of South Ocean Boulevard were shut down tonight after a woman was hit by a car around 9 p.m. According to Boca Raton Fire Rescue, the woman was walking when she was hit. We're told the driver did stay at the scene. Both northbound and southbound lanes of South Ocean Boulevard were closed for 2 hours. The woman is in stable condition.
Now to new details tonight regarding the investigation into the shooting death of Corey Jones. Jones fatally shot by former Palm Beach Gardens officer Newman Raja last October as Jones stood by his broken down car at an I-95 off-ramp at PGA Boulevard. The part-time drummer was on his way home from a gig when his car broke down. Raja was in street clothes with no badge, driving an unmarked van. Today, State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg's office released an update on the investigation, saying it is still active and indicating it is not yet complete. The State Attorney's office says more than 100 potential witnesses have been interviewed from 3 countries in more than 30 states. Forensic testing of DNA, fingerprints, and crime scene evidence is ongoing. Meanwhile, a local man shot and left paralyzed by a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy spoke publicly today for the first time since a jury awarded him more than $23 million in a civil case. Dontrell Stevens was shot in September 2013 by Deputy Adams Lynn during this traffic stop after Lynn says he mistook a cell phone in Stevens' hand for a handgun. Today, Stevens said he has forgiven now Sergeant Adams Lynn. It could take years for Stevens to see a penny, if at all, from that $23 million award. It will require a highly unlikely and unusual vote by the state legislature. But Stevens says he will continue to fight to get the money. Sergeant Lynn says he plans to appeal the verdict.
Right now, police are asking witnesses to come forward to help solve an overnight murder right outside a local hotel. The shooting happened just before 2 this morning outside the La Quinta Inn in Fort Pierce. We spoke with hotel guests who say they weren't even told what was going on.
I went down, had breakfast, and nobody said anything. It's kind of surreal because I was up until after 2 a.m. and I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything.
Fort Pierce police tell us the victim, a 29-year-old man, was found shot in the chest in the hotel parking lot. A West Palm Beach man is facing attempted murder charges after police say he cut the brakes on his ex-girlfriend's car. Police say Johnson Pierre left the victim's home late Monday night and was caught on surveillance camera tampering with her car brakes. The woman got into her car the next morning and noticed the brake pedal didn't work. She quickly put the car in park and got out safely. Investigators say she could have killed herself or another driver had she tried to drive anywhere.
A 61-year-old man of Fort Pierce now faces multiple charges of possession of child pornography. The man told detectives he'd been downloading child pornography for years. Barry Wynn was arrested at his home on Arizona Avenue. There are 2 new cases of the Zika virus in Florida, bringing the total in the state to 18 cases now. None of the cases of the mosquito-borne virus in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, however. All the Florida cases were contracted by people who traveled to Central or South America, and the state of Florida has now received nearly 1,000 Zika test kits from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to test people who have returned from those affected countries. A controversial release of toxic water from Lake Okeechobee sparked a protest on the Treasure Coast today. People gathered along the St. Lucie River to protest recent water discharges. The Army Corps of Engineers says those discharges are necessary after the record rainfall to protect the dike around Lake O. But protesters are outraged because they say that toxic water is going to cause an algae bloom. It's being pumped into the St. Lucie River and will cause deep environmental damage. Florida Commissioner of Agriculture Adam Putnam attended today's protest.
I know that people are sick and tired of watching this happen. We've got to finish these Everglades restoration projects. We need to fund C-43 and C-44. We need to put the $200 million into Everglades restoration, and we need to save Florida Springs.
Putnam was there to answer questions from the crowd. Meanwhile, Governor Rick Scott is asking the Army Corps to take immediate action to relieve the flooding of the Everglades water conservation areas and the releases of water from Lake Okeechobee. He specifically wants the Army Corps of Engineers to raise the level of the L-29 canal, which would move the water south and provide some relief to people along local rivers.
A 17-year-old girl was arrested after police say she heard a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy. Only our cameras were rolling when that teenager was caught. Investigators say a deputy working off-duty detail in the Boca Landing subdivision near Palmetto and Lyons Road spotted the teenager in a car with drugs. The teen ran. When she was eventually found, the deputy was hurt when he tried to take her down.
The deputy went ahead and made an arrest of a suspect, female suspect. The suspect got out of the handcuffs, for what I'm being told, and ran. And here we are a couple hours later. They apprehended this suspect.
Nearby Whispering Pines Elementary School was on lockdown while deputies searched for that teen. The deputy had minor injuries.
Next, my WPBF 25 News investigation. I go through one afternoon of Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy firearms training, finding out how they prepare to shoot or deciding not to shoot.
Plus, a horrifying scene after a man with a machete attacked several people inside a restaurant.
And dozens of manatees fill the newest local multi-million-dollar tourist attraction. Mike?
And Todd, it's a dry, cool night across South Florida. The key word there for the next couple of days, more dry air. Look at the bronze showing up on the water vapor satellite imagery. That means tomorrow temperatures under blue skies warming up into the mid-70s. Just the beginning of a warming trend. We'll talk about that. Have your weekend forecast coming up.
Every morning,
we know what you want.
You want your news fast.
From the team that breaks news first.
First alert weather, first alert traffic. So you're up to the minute you're up.
From the Palm Beaches to Boca Raton and the Treasure Coast.
We know you want it all.
Stories you missed overnight.
Local and national news happening now.
Right now.
Your best day starts right here.
Everywhere, every morning. Live, local, late breaking. Watch WPBF 25 News Mornings.
Why would I go with boring when Bassett gives me great colorful options, all customized to match my style?
Now, get half off all beds and save 25% store-wide.
There's nothing boring about Bassett.
What's the most awarded car company of the year? Ranking from top to bottom. Luxury cars seem like they would be top awarded.
Better be some awards behind what you're paying for, right?
The final answer? Chevy, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
Wow, it's like a luxury car.
I was shocked. I mean, it's like, this is Chevy?
Current qualified GM lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Cruze Limited for around $179 per month.
See your South Florida Chevy dealer.
It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Shop now through Monday for huge President's Day savings. Save up to $300 store-wide, plus take an additional $50 off with instant savings rebates. Get Sealy Firm Queen Sets now for just $299.99. Plus buy now and save up to $300 on our most popular Tempur-Pedic mattress set before prices go up. And through Monday, sleep happy with no interest for 72 months. Only during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale.
The AutoNation Savings Event is going on now. Qualified drivers lease a new Silverado, $339 a month, sign and drive. Or new Cruiser Malibu, $169 a month, sign and drive. Going on now at the AutoNation Chevy store near you.
Meep, meep. Just steps away from the water, relax and enjoy the atmosphere and amazing food with locations across South Florida. Mulligan's Beach House Bar and Grill. Fun and food for the entire family.
Join WPBF 25 in celebrating Black History Month.
Why would I go with boring when Bassett gives me great colorful options, all customized to match my style?
Now, get half off all beds and save 25% store-wide.
There's nothing boring about Bassett.
You're watching WPBF 25 News at 11.
Developing now, officers shot and killed a man holding a machete outside a shopping center in Columbus, Ohio. Police say he attacked several people at a Middle Eastern restaurant. Two of the victims were taken to the hospital in critical condition. People inside the restaurant described the scene as carnage, saying it seemed like a systematic attack. After a month in which deputies were involved in 4 shootings in 2014, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office began making changes.
The goal, put deputies in fewer shoot, don't shoot situations, and their tactics changed. But the key to whether an officer fires his or her weapon still comes down to the perception of danger to themselves or to others. Tonight, look into how they train to make those life or death decisions through untrained eyes. Mine. A South Carolina cop guns down a man running away. A Chicago cop empties his gun into a man in the street. Just 2 of the wave of police shootings on video seared into the national consciousness. The officers in those cases are both charged with murder. Law enforcement now fights a new battle. Not only get it right when using deadly force, but also convince the skeptics when the perception is just the opposite.
All they're being shown is the worst of the worst.
Please, sir, both hands out of the pockets, please.
Listen, I got a gun. All right, I got a gun.
Sir, please.
All right.
Please put your hands on the car for me.
Yeah.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw wanted me to go through a firearms training simulator drill. It's no Xbox game. The scenarios are taken from real life and death police calls.
We've actually had people panic. We've had people just stop and say, hey, this is more than I thought it was.
Listen, I got a gun. All right, I got a gun.
Sir, please.
All right.
Please put your hands on the car for me,
yeah,
please.
Coming out. Bang,
Sir.
bang, 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 bang.
Why did you make the decision not to shoot?
I thought I saw he didn't have a gun.
Okay.
I thought I saw he didn't have a gun.
Once you made the decision he's here, there's no gun, by the time you realize, it may be too late.
The sheriff's office use of lethal force policy is straightforward. The proper response is based on the deputy's perception at the time he or she fires the weapon, not on what the analysis can be after the fact. The confusion, the questions, and the fatal mistakes come in the dynamics of the real moment.
A frantic 911 call has been received. The young male caller stated his stepfather is going wild and is beating the caller's sister.
I can't handle you when you do this. I can't handle when you do this. I can't do it. You are out of here.
Sir, stop now or I'll fire.
You are dead.
Why did you decide to wait so late to shoot? I shouldn't say late, long.
I thought he would, first of all, I thought the mace and the stick would stop him.
Correct.
I also was very aware and very afraid of shooting the partner.
You made the right call. You had less lethal deployed, had no effect, but at some point you have to say he is armed because he has the ability to cause great bodily harm or death.
But this is still a make-believe vacuum standing in front of a screen with a laser-operated gun. What we're doing now is trying to get my heart rate up. What's the idea of getting the heart rate up?
Just the added stress, because when our deputies respond to these scenes like you've seen thus far, their heart rates are going to spike in response to whatever the situation is.
When you go in, the weapon will be already charged, right? Don't ask any questions. Go right into the scenario. He's going to hand you the gun.
My heart rate is up. My breathing is a little heavy. All right, get down on the ground. Get down on the ground right now. Down on the ground.
I'm sorry. Please give up. I'm sorry.
Because I miss when I'm ambushed, the sheriff tells me I failed.
A lot of things going on in your mind. Where do I go? Where do I stand? Where's my partner? What is she doing? Why is she not complying?
Please follow his orders. The last scene is the most confusing and disturbing. A traffic stop, a wanted man, and a preteen girl bursting from the truck with a shotgun pointed at me. I shoot, miss, and stop firing, but...
She's still a danger.
Put that gun down! Put the gun down!
He's got my gun.
One of the hardest things to teach a police officer for active shooter, especially at schools,
Cat, if he moves, you shoot that son of a bitch.
is when you have a child who is an imminent danger to you or someone else.
What I saw was a long gun come out of the truck. Why did you want me to take this test?
Because I want you to get the absolute feeling that a deputy gets when they go through the training, but to try to get just a little bit of a feeling on how quick things happen. What'd you learn in there? Wrong decision, you're dead. You don't go home to your little girl or your wife.
That rash of shootings just a few years ago led to new instructions for deputies on patrol for Palm Beach County. They take more time now before closely approaching any dangerous situation, and they call for backup sooner, hopefully putting themselves less frequently in harm's way. And Sheriff Bradshaw also says that change made in many law enforcement agencies across the country now cut deputy-involved shootings here, he believes, from about a dozen in a calendar year to less than half that the next year.
My goodness, you see that? It's so eye-opening.
I watched it, and I went through it, and my heart started to race again.
Well, I was holding my breath watching it and watching you go through that. At what point do deputies go through this type of training?
Well, they gave me a lot of credit later on. I wasn't good at this, but the deputies usually go through about 40 hours of shooting range training. They have classroom training. Then they take this for the first time, and then deputies who are on patrol will go through the simulator again every 1 year to 2 years.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it really is a lot to deal with. Like he said there are some people that just can't go through that type of training.
Well, as I was doing the interview previously, I stalled as long as I could before I started.
Well, and I saw your reaction when that young girl got out of the car. I mean, that's a situation nobody wants to be confronted with.
Exactly, yeah. It was an eye-opening drill training.
I'm sure. All right, Todd, thank you. Well, in Commitment 2016 coverage, just 2 days after voters in New Hampshire gave Bernie Sanders a clear primary win, the Democratic presidential candidates went head-to-head again tonight. After her double-digit defeat in New Hampshire, Hillary Clinton, who lost 55% of the female vote to Sanders, is now hoping to get a boost from minorities.
African Americans who face discrimination in the job market, education, housing, and the criminal justice system.
A male African-American baby born today stands a 1 in 4 chance of ending up in jail. That is beyond unspeakable.
The Republican presidential candidates will face off again in a South Carolina debate Saturday night. Well, just a few days from now, Hillary Clinton will bring her campaign to Palm Beach County. She will take part in what her campaign staff calls a grassroots event Monday at the Port of Palm Beach Cruise Terminal. Doors open at 12:30. The event starts at 2 p.m. Well, today's cooler temperatures brought out the sea cows in Riviera Beach.
People packed the new Manatee Lagoon Education Center, so did manatees, to get a glimpse of the manatees.
It's been fun. Have you been having fun? Yes. She was looking forward to this all day long, coming out. That's all she talked about.
I'm here because we live in Jupiter and we wanted to see the manatees. It's an awesome sight.
The lagoon is designed to help people learn about manatees and what's needed to protect the environment of the manatee.
Really got to get out there now when they're all huddled.
Right. You got one more day because after tomorrow it's going to warm up a bit. We'll see those temperatures in the 70s and, as I said, 80 degrees just around the corner. And the manatees are the smartest around here, aren't they?
Yes, nice they are.
They're nice and toasty warm. We're dealing with the cold weather. Like these folks at City Place tonight, once again this evening, you needed a jacket. As soon as the sun set tonight, the temperatures were dropping fast. Folks all bundled up. As this extended cold spell continues, it's now the longest extended cold spell we've had here in South Florida since January of 2010, going back 6 years. And tonight, we're shaking and shivering again. 42 right now in Port St. Lucie, 53 West Palm Beach and Okeechobee. Your current temperature 43 overnight. Those temperatures will drop again, not as far as they did this morning with that widespread frost along the Treasure Coast and temperatures in the 30s. Tomorrow morning, just the 40s, say 44 Port St. Lucie, 48 in West Palm, and 51 degrees Boca Raton. And after that cool start, what a great finish. For the first time since last Saturday, we're going to have high temperatures in the 70s. That's how long it's been. Look at the numbers we're forecasting. Just about perfect. 76 in Delray, 74. Our forecast high tomorrow afternoon in Indiatown and Okeechobee, 72. And just the beginning of a nice warming trend. 73 on Friday, 73 on Saturday. A weak front is in here Saturday night, Sunday morning. That'll drop our temperatures just a bit, but no rain. Still dry. So Sunday about 69, maybe 70 degrees. 73 on Monday and Tuesday, 77, in fact, close to 80 as we head toward Tuesday afternoon. And dry. That's the other, I guess, benefit of this chilly weather. We've had very dry weather for quite an extended time. You can see our water vapor satellite imagery continuing to show the dry air. No rain here in South Florida until Tuesday of next week. So forecast for tonight, mostly clear, still chilly. One more night, overnight lows in the 40s. Then across South Florida tomorrow, we warm up, sunshine, temperatures in the low range of the 70s. The boating forecast is looking good. Seas about 2 to 4 feet. Inland waters just a light chop, and the wind's fairly light tomorrow from the southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Here we go. First alert 7-day forecast. We're going to warm things up quite a bit. 73 on Friday, 73 Saturday, and again about 69 degrees on Sunday. Next week, say you're off on President's Day, temperature of 73. Monday and Tuesday in the 70s. Chance of rain on Tuesday, and even Wednesday and Thursday still in the 70s and still looking pretty good.
All right, this is an alert to husbands and boyfriends everywhere. Happening right now, florists all over the country and here slammed trying to get orders together for Valentine's Day, which, by the way, is Sunday.
We stopped by Misty's Florist Shop in North Palm Beach. Today, they say their biggest seller, of course, roses. Nationwide, more than half of customers buy red roses for Valentine's Day. And if your Valentine doesn't like roses, one of the most fragrant flowers are lilies. And if you want a long-lasting flower, then go for the carnation.
And speaking of Valentine's Day, coming up, love is in the air.
A World War II veteran is on a journey to visit his long-lost wartime girlfriend. The heartwarming reunion 70 years later. But first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here comes a preview of tonight's show. Please turn off your phone. You want to lay down for a little while? Relax. Here we go. Just relax. Yeah, you can take off your shoes if you want to.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by Jupiter Tequesta Air Conditioning and Heating.
During the Wallace Auto Group's monumental savings event, you can vote for low prices at all 9 Wallace dealerships along the Treasure Coast. Today through Monday, over 1,000 new and used vehicles will be on sale. Where will you cast your vote?
Nowhere else but Wallace.
Now through Monday, Volkswagen makes savings history during our huge President's Day sale. Lease a new Jetta for just $119 a month or $0 down. The turbocharged Tiguan SUV or the all-new 2016 Passat. Your choice. Only $159 a month or $0 down. Save big on our biggest sellers or buy new Volkswagens with 0% for 60 months. But soon, these historic once-a-year savings will be history. Don't miss our huge President's Day sale. Now through Monday at Volkswagen.
Make your home improvement dreams a reality at the West Palm Beach Home Show, February 19th through the 21st at the South Florida Fairgrounds. Check out the Kitchen Showcase, Hot Tub Blowout Sale, and the Outdoor Living Showcase. Learn from experts in remodeling, general contracting, and so much more. And one lucky winner will receive $10,000 to spend with our expert exhibitors. For more information, visit westpalmhomeshow.com. Free admission to the West Palm Beach Home Show is sponsored by Southeast Spas and the Home Mag. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes rules at westpalmhomeshow.com.
A new car isn't just a purchase, it's an event. No one understands that better than Schumacher. 18 car lines, luxury, muscle, everything in between. An astounding pre-owned and certified used inventory. Customer service aimed at making you feel like family. Ready for a new ride? Find out the difference between buying a car and joining the family. Schumacher, West Palm, North Palm, and now Delray Beach.
Right now, save big during Honda's President's Day sale. Keep your Presidents and get a brand new 2016 CR-V. Every Honda CR-V is on sale with 0 down payment, 0 first month's payment, and 0 security deposit. Absolutely 0 down. Or get the CR-V, the #1 selling SUV, for just $229 a month with available Honda Lane Watch, brake assist, and more. Save big this week at your local Honda dealer.
South Florida, Honda has it.
The votes are in. You'll find the biggest selection and lowest prices on new and used vehicles along the Treasure Coast on sale today at all 9 Wallace dealerships. Save thousands and choose your favorite candidate during the monumental sale at Wallace.
Nowhere else but Wallace.
Well, if you've traveled by plane lately, you may have noticed your tickets are costing less. Domestic airfares have dropped to a 6-year low. According to the Transportation Department, airline ticket prices fell by more than 6% in the last 3 months of 2015. The reason? Plunging jet fuel costs. The average price is now about $372.
So, airline tickets down. Universal Orlando tickets up. They're a little more expensive today. The theme park bumped up ticket prices. A one-day single park pass is $105, up $3 from the old price. A one-day park-to-park ticket is up $8 to $155 per person. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. You're watching WPBF 25 News.
News for South Florida's lifestyle. WPBF 25 News at 9.
Here in Martin County, our beaches remain in nature's care. The fishing is great, boating easy, the parks and trails open. Discover more reasons why you should go Martin County and find your new home with Coulter at GoMartinCounty.com.
A new car isn't just a purchase, it's an event. No one understands that better than Schumacher. 18 car lines, luxury, muscle, everything in between. An astounding pre-owned and certified used inventory. Customer service aimed at making you feel like family. Ready for a new ride? Find out the difference between buying a car and joining the family. Schumacher, West Palm, North Palm, and now Delray Beach.
Greatness starts here at Renaissance Charter School at Palms West. As a leadership school, parents, students, and teachers develop personal learning plans for each student to become a successful leader. Our campus is next to Palms West Hospital. Visit today to see for yourself why so many parents are choosing Renaissance Palms West. Visit palmswestcharter.org for important information, session dates, or to apply online. Seats are filling fast, so apply today at palmswestcharter.org.
If the Dodge brothers walked into a dealership today, they'd be pretty impressed with what's become of their Maverick car company, with all the power, performance, and ingenuity. But knowing them, they'd insist on serving the donuts.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me $1,000 a side.
Get yours before they're history.
Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2015 Dodge Charger SXT for $229 a month.